Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir. So, good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, sir. So, we are going to
Good
start our.
afternoon.
Yes, sir. So, today we are going to start our second day of session. So, shall I continue, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. With your permission.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, yes. So, Jaise, before starting the session, I would like to recap whatever we saw yesterday. So, after that, we will start today's session. So, सबसे पहले we saw about basic metallurgy. So, in basic metallurgy, we saw about ferrous and non-ferrous. So, in ferrous, it means it is magnetic. Whatever metals that are going to stick with magnet is called as ferrous. In that, I gave you two important examples. One is iron and nickel. In any jewelry making, we are not going to use iron. So, mainly we were focusing on nickel. Nickel is a special item which can be used to mix with gold for making ornament, as well as it is also used for making fake ornaments. For example, spurious item, we call it as spurious item in banks. So any item which is more than 50 grams of weight may 90% be a nickel item only. So that is why I was completely focusing on testing of the magnet with any item over the weight of 50 grams and above. So coming to the next point, we saw about non-ferrous item. Non-ferrous may two categories we were focusing. One was the precious and base. In precious, we were going to see about three important precious items. Precious, the first one will be definitely platinum. After platinum, it is going to be gold, and after gold, it is going to be silver. And in base, we saw about copper, zinc, and cadmium. So we discussed about platinum and discussed about gold and also about silver yesterday. What are the different types of purities of silver? What is the purity of platinum? And how to check whether it is original or duplicate. So the basic thing is we have 5 important steps. First of all, taking the ornament in your hand and you're going to check the weight of the ornament. That is the first and foremost thing that you're going to do. So every time when you take ornament in your hand, you have to feel it heavier. So jitna zyada ek ornament heavy hota hai, just imagine that the purity is also going to be high. So point number 2, you're going to do a magnetic test. So for silver, for platinum, and even gold, if it is more than 50 grams of weight, it's compulsory that you use a strong magnet and test the magnetic effect. So any item, as I already told you, more than 50 grams and above, maybe sometimes of nickel, or if it is platinum and duplicate of platinum, maybe of steel also. So immediately it will get attached to the magnet. So if it's original, definitely it is going to be non-magnetic. Point number 3, I also told you more than 50 grams of weight, may it be silver, may it be gold or platinum, you're going to do something called as filing test. Filing in Hindi, yesterday I told you it's reti ya khanas. Using of the filer, you're going to do a deep cut. Deep cut in the sense, it is going to be only a half millimeter, 0.5 mm of cutting with a sharp filer, and over that area you're going to put 1 drop of acid and immediately you will be getting green color bubbles. It is very, very effective in bandel jewelry. So there is no other way. You need to do this filing test. After that, you're going to, of course, check hallmarking. If it is gold, you will be seeing 5 hallmark symbol. And yesterday we discussed what are the 5 hallmark symbols, how it is a duplicate, what is the original, and what actually each and every hallmark symbol represent. And for silver, also we discussed about the hallmarking symbol, and for platinum, it is going to be PT950. After that will be your rubbing stone method. Over the stone, you are going to put one simple rubbing. Yesterday, we saw a video in which the rubbing test was done. So over gold, silver of 100% of purity, and platinum, the acid will not give you any effect. It means no reaction. So after that, what you'll be doing, you're going to put 1 drop of salt water to check the purity of silver. Again, I'm repeating, many of the valuers are using salt water for gold, but that is not at all correct. It is not at all recommended. Salt water test is only for silver. So after putting acid, you're going to put 1 drop of salt water. Again, I'm repeating, in 100 milliliter of water, you're going to put 2 tablespoon of normal salt, which we use for in kitchen for eating, for cooking also. That salt you're going to put and you're going to mix and keep. That is called as salt water. And you can prepare this type of salt water every day and use also. So after rubbing on the stone, you're going to put acid. After the acid, you're going to put only 1 drop of salt water. Salt water rakhte hue hi immediately you will get like curdy white precipitate, like dahi jaise precipitate. It will be get there. So it means very high purity, 100 to 80%. If you get half green, half white, then it is 80 to 60. If you get full green precipitate, then it is below 60. Clear? So this is about the silver, finding out the purity of silver. And after that, I said that platinum, the purity is only one, that is PG950. Below this, we don't have any purity till today. So today we are going to see about the very, very important topic, that is the carat value of gold. So for that, I'll be dividing it into 2 parts. First one, without acid, so with acid. So we are going to see a video. This video was recorded in my offline session, and we are going to discuss about the video and it will be explained. So I'm going to start my presentation now. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. So these are the contents, and today we will be seeing about different quality of, that is different carat of gold, that is 24, 22, 19, 18 and 14. We are going to focus on this 5 carats only, because over 24 carat we will not be giving loan, because that is the rule of Reserve Bank of India. But khud apne aap ka, that is if your own private institution or your own private shop, you are allowed to give. But with respect to RBI guidelines, you will not be giving loan on 24 carat 999. Either it be bar or biscuit or ornament, maybe of any form. So we will be giving loan only on 22 carat, 19 carat and 18 carat. So below 18 carat also, we are not supposed to give gold loan. So below 18 carat means Jadatar we are be facing 14 carat only, and 14 carat is such a dangerous carat. Dekhne mein, that is the shining, the color, the acid reaction, everything will be just the same. So it is very confusing. Even if you are more experienced valuer also, you will definitely find difficulty in identifying between 18 and 14 carat. So today we are going to focus on how to identify between 18 and 14 carat, 19 and 21 carat or 22 carat. Each and every carat has a distinct characteristic and quality, which will be focused. And very simple technique is being discussed today. After that, of course, we are going to see about gemology. Gemology, yesterday also I was explaining, we are going to see how to calculate the net weight of a jewel. Because being a valuer, if some ornament is coming to your hand, may it be a necklace, and that necklace is fully studded with diamonds or ruby or emerald, whatever it matters, we are going to give 0 valuation on the gems or stones. यानी नगों के ऊपर 0 valuation. It means we are going to focus only on gold and the weight of gold and the carat of the gold. So for this, Just imagine you're having a necklace and the weight of the necklace is 50 grams and it is studded with total diamond stones. So you have to calculate the weight of the stones. May it be 10 grams. So 50 is the gross weight. So 50 minus 10 gives you 40. So that 40 is your net weight. So over this net weight only, you will be giving your loan amount. So that also step by step we'll be seeing like how to calculate the weight of the stones. At the end, we will be focusing on RBI guidelines. After that, we are also going to see what are the different types of jewelry and what point has to be chosen to be rubbed and to be tested. Above all, what are the scope for different duplicate items, yani spurious item, which I personally encountered in banks. I will be discussing all the practical items with you. So this is our today's schedule and we are going to start about the practical session. So before starting the practical session, let me explain actually what we are going to see. After that, I will play you the video so that it will be more clear. So first of all, in any ornament, when you rub on the stone, you will be focusing on three important qualities. That is the color, the shining and the blisters. So I will be showing a picture now. Just have a look. There is a slide visible.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Clearly
My
visible.
audio is clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yes. So let me explain. ये हमारा stone है. That is, you call it as kasoti, rubbing stone, or the touch stone. So over this rubbing stone, I have put 5 different rubbing. To start with, we have 24 carat, and then is your 22 carat, and then 19 carat, 18 carat, and the last is 14 carat. Again I'm repeating, सबसे पहले सबसे ऊपर जो है that is 24 carat, 99.99, in which you have 0.01 percentage of mixing, which is called as unidentified impurities. Second one is your 22 carat, that is 916, over which you are supposed to give loan. Third one is your 19 carat. If you calculate in the percentage wise, yesterday I told you the calculation, 4.167. So 19 into 4.167, you will get the value of 79%. It means lagbag 80% you will be having, and 21% is the mixing. Of course, the mixing can be full of silver or copper, or sometimes it may be of nickel, zinc, cadmium, palladium. You have n number of items that can be mixed with gold. So the fourth one is your 18 karat gold, that is your 75% of gold. The last is your 14 karat, that is, if you calculate, you will be getting it as 58.3%, over which you are not supposed to give loan in any sector. May it be a government bank, a private sector, NBFC, cooperative society, wherever you are working, you are not allowed to give the loan below 18 karat. So yes. So what are the things that have to be seen? So first of all, when you put the rubbing on the stone, after that, you are going to see the immediately you are not going to put the acid. First of all, you will be seeing the color. So after seeing the color, you are going to see the shining. And last but not the least, very important point is the blisters. Blisters, Hindi mein we call it as chamakne wala sona khand. That is the particles that are just scattered outside. If you use a chalk piece and write on the board, yesterday also I told you, you will have white powders flying out. Similarly, when you use a gold and when you are rubbing on the stone, the golden powders will be scattered outside, which we called as blisters. Let me spell it out for you. blisters. Why am I stressing so much? Because in bank, the word blisters plays a very important role. So only with respect to the blisters itself, people are able to say what carat it is. So we are going to see the color, the shining and blisters. So for 24 carat, the color will be very dull golden color and the shining will not be there. Blisters will be very big and it will be scattered. Dur dur phaila hua hoga. That is, it will be scattered away from each other. And I think it is clearly visible in this also. I will play you the video later. So point number 2, it is 22 carat. In 22 carat, of course, we have mixed a little bit of copper and silver. So you'll be getting a bit of color and you will also be having a shining and you will be able to see the blisters. To see the blisters, you can see it with your naked eye, but I would recommend you to use something called as 10x eyeglass, which we call it as 10 guna jada dikhega, 10x magnifying eyeglasses. Usually gemologists will be using this eyeglass, but I would recommend you all to have this eyeglass with you. So in 22 carat, there'll be a little bit of shining and you will be having the color also and you will be able to see the blisters. But when you compare with 24 carat, the blister size will be a little bit small. And then coming to the 19 carat, 19 carat will be more shinier, more color, but the size of the blisters will be very small and tightly or closely packed to each other. You can very well see in the picture also. So the next one is your 18 carat. So 18 carat, the color will be very high. The shining also will be very high, but there will be no blisters. So 0 blisters. That is a very, very important point. So all you have to do is you need to keep an eye on the blisters and how the blisters will appear. If you are rubbing very softly and slowly, there will be no blisters at all. So I keep on pressurizing on the word pressure. You need to apply pressure. That is very, very important. How much pressure should you apply? Keep in your mind that you don't break or damage the ornament. So whichever you think is your maximum pressure without damaging the ornament, you are allowed to apply that much of pressure and put the rubbing. So it all depends on how much pressure you're going to apply. And then the last one is your 14 carat. In 14 carat, again, it is going to be exact replica of what 18 carat is. The color will be very high, shining will be very high, and there will be no granules or the no blisters. So this is about all the 5 carats. So isme we get confused between 2 carats. One is 19 and 22 carat, 14 and 18 carat. So the next step we will be seeing how to differentiate between these 2 carats. So let me play the video, just have a look and then we'll proceed forward.
Respected madam.
Yes,
There
sir.
is no voice, ma'am.
Madam, if it is pure gold, then shining will be less.
Yes, if it is pure gold, the shining will be no
Yes.
shining, actually 0 shining.
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Sir, actually, in this video, there is no voice because I want you to just observe the video. So once it stops, then I'll start explaining. That's why. Yeah. So let me again.
सब चमकने वाली चीज सोना नहीं होती। तो ये आपको याद रखना चाहिए कि जो भी चीज चमकता है वो सोना नहीं है, और जो
Yes, in
सोना
English
है
you
वो,
have a, yeah. So please continue, sir.
यस मैम, थैंक यू। जो सोना है वो इतना चमकता नहीं है। तो आपको ये चीज ड्यूरिंग दिस कसौटी टेस्ट आपको ये चीज बहुत माइंड में रखना है, और इसी के साथ ही हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे स्टेप बाय स्टेप कि क्या प्रोसीजर है और कैसे आपको आइडेंटिफाई करना है। यस मैम, प्लीज कंटिन्यू, सॉरी टू इंटरफेयर।
No issues, sir. Okay. Yes, as sir said, all that glitters are not gold. And many people think that whatever gold, if it is glittering too much, then it is of high purity. But please change your mind. We need to think from the valuer point of view only. So whatever item you're having in the ornaments, you're going to rub it on the stone and you're going to observe it. Zero shining, zero color. That is going to be your high purity. So for 24 karat, there is going to be no shine at all. And the color also will be very, very less. Yani, the color will be very dull, because dull, zero shine, but all you could see is the blisters. चमकने वाला जो सोना कण है, जो बाहर फैला हुआ होगा, वो सबसे बड़ा होगा and दूर दूर फैला हुआ होगा. That is what you need to focus on. वैसे 22 karat again you will be having a bit shining, because हमने मिलावट किया है इसमें, तो इसीलिए you will be having a little bit shining also. So only one thing you have to keep it, जितना ज्यादा मिलावट उतना ज्यादा shining और color आपको मिलेगा. It means whatever you are mixing, if you mix more of the base metal, you will be getting the shiny and the color. If you are not going to mix anything, if it is a very pure metal, then there is going to be no color or no shining at all. That is the main thing. So we have seen the 5 different types of rubbing here, and you're also having the colors. So when you're going to rub on a stone, please focus on the color, shining, and सबसे ज्यादा आपको फोकस करना है over the blisters. So
excuse me madam.
Yes sir.
मैम ये जो स्टोन है ये कोई स्पेशल क्वालिटी का है या नॉर्मल स्टोन है?
सर ये स्पेशल क्वालिटी का स्टोन है सर, और ऐसा ही टोल्ड यू, नाम है कसौटी, और ये नेपाल का जो नदी किनारे होता है, रिवर बेड्स में ही आपको ज्यादा मिलता है ये स्टोन. एंड ये फ्रॉम देयर हर सराफा बाजार में, हर स्टेज में आपको मिलता है.
बुंदेलखंड
नॉर्मल कसौटी बोलते हैं हम.
हाँ ठीक है जी, थैंक यू मैम.
Okay sir. So this is the stone, and this type of the stone, as I told you, in English you call it as rubbing stone or touchstone. In Hindi we call it as kasoti. In Tamil we call it as uraikal. So in different types of languages I have told you, so you can just check into any type of the gold market in your area and you will definitely get this special stone. So the next step I am going to explain about the acid test. So let me explain it first and then I will tell you how to do with the video. So first you have rubbed the stone, and after this you are going to see the color, you're going to see the shining, and you're going to see the blisters. After seeing this, you're going to put 1 drop of acid. What acid is this? Concentrated nitric acid, LR grade, HNO3. That is what you're going to put 1 drop. And after putting that, immediately you're going to keep a salt over the acid. The salt in the sense, it is a non-iodine crystal salt. The normal jo iodine hota hai, that is different. This is a non-iodine crystal salt. In Hindi we call it as kada namak ya senda namak, or we can also call it as rock salt. So you have a pink salt also and white salt, but you are supposed to use only the crystal white non-iodine salt. So we'll be putting acid. After the acid, you are going to put salt. Listen carefully, because these things are not available in YouTube also, and it is not available in Google. So please listen carefully how to do this. After putting the acid,
ma'am, can you repeat it? Same words. Excuse me.
yes sir, please.
Can you please repeat it? again? Which
Okay.
type of acid and which type of salt?
Sir, please listen carefully in the first step. Otherwise, it will not be possible to repeat each and everything. If you are having any problem for
Okay, sir.
particular step, then you can always ask. But during the flow of session, please do not disturb again and again.
Okay.
Please read the protocols already sent in the group. Please do not disturb the flow of a chapter during the session. You will
Okay,
be
sir. Okay.
providing the
Okay.
sufficient time after the session to clear your doubts.
Yeah, exactly. We started the session at 2 o'clock, and again exactly at 3 o'clock, I will be giving you half an hour of time along with your break. If you have any doubts also, you can discuss. They say after 4:30 also, the time will be given to you. Any doubts, you can ask me during that time. Sir, is my voice audible? Is there any disturbances in between?
It's okay, ma'am.
It's clear. Okay, sir. Okay. So these are the 5 different rubbings. After this, listen carefully. You are going to put 1 drop of acid. After putting the acid, whatever low quality the gold, even 24 quality also, there will be no acid reaction. 14 carat also, no acid reaction. 9 carat also, no acid reaction. So what we are going to do, how to find out what quality it is. So for that, we are going to keep 1 salt, that is, it is a non-iodine crystal salt. So we call it as senda namak ya kada namak in Hindi, and it is available in the market. It's very easily available. It is a crystal salt. So after putting the acid, you are going to keep the crystal salt. Crystal salt rakhte hue hi immediately on the stopwatch. So after or just only the stopwatch, you are going to use a toothpick. So that toothpick, you are going to rub the salt front and back just over the acid. So at a particular point, the color of the salt will change from white to green. Until and unless the color of salt changes to green, you need to keep on rubbing. So at a particular point, when the color of the salt changes to green, just off the timer and see the timing. How many seconds is there? It is 20 seconds, yeah, 30 seconds, yeah, 50 seconds, yeah, 1 minute. But usually everything will happen within a seconds only. So that timing you have to note it down. And with respect to that, we are going to calculate the carat value. This is the very, very easy as well as important scientific technique. Nowadays, many banks have started using this technique and they are getting fruitful results for this. So again, I'm explaining what we are going to do. Please listen carefully. Once you are rubbing the ornament on the stone, you are supposed to see the color, the shining, and the blisters. After seeing that, you are going to put the acid. If it is duplicate, then immediately the rubbing will vanish. It will be washed out. But if it is gold, jitna bhi low quality ka ho, it will not have any reaction. So you are supposed to keep a salt over the, that is crystal salt over the acid. So it's a rubbing over the cusp. You are going to put the acid over the acid. You are going to keep the salt, and salt rakhte hue hi immediately you are going to on the timer, and you are going to use a toothpick. Keep in your mind, either you can use a toothpick or matches, but please don't use plastic thing or any other chimti bolte hai na. You don't use steel or items to move this salt. So use a toothpick and move the salt front back over the acid itself. So at a particular point, the color of salt will change into complete green color. So please stop the timer and note the timing. So let me share a video which we have taken in a practical offline session, and it will be more clear. Once that is finished, I will explain you. Please observe this video. Once you finish listening to, seeing this video, I will explain what actually we are doing and what we are supposed to know. Sir, is a slide visible?
Yes, ma'am. Slide is visible. Friends, this is the actual video taken during the last session, physical session in CV classes at Jalandhar. Please note each and every step carefully as explained by the our subject expert, ma'am. But please take care of each and every step. Yes, ma'am.
So first of all, we are going to test on the 14 karat. So in 14 karat, you have lots of mixing, but still it is gold. So when you put acid, there will be no reaction. So we are going to keep a small crystal salt, and then we are going to on the timer and we are going to start rubbing it with the toothpick. So just have a look with the video and then I'll explain what karat has what seconds.
फोन दिखा के फोन दिखा है तेरा फोन मिल गया इस फोन पे फोन ले लॉक पता तुम ये लॉक बना ली
So we are going to first check on 14 karat, after that on 18 karat. Just look up only the process, what I'm doing. See, that is the size of the salt. काली मिर्ची का जो साइज होता है लगभग ब्लैक पेपर का साइज में होना चाहिए, ज्यादा बड़ा भी नहीं यूज करेंगे, एंड इट मस्ट नॉट बी वेरी स्मॉल ऑल्सो.
हर सैंपल के लिए आपको टूथपिक बदलना है और हर सैंपल के लिए आपको सॉल्ट का पीस जो है वो चेंज करना है. सेम सॉल्ट और सेम टूथपिक के साथ हम रिपीट नहीं करेंगे.
Yes. So every time we are going to use a new salt and a new toothpick. So first हमने किया था 14 कैरेट में. 14 कैरेट के ऊपर तेजाब डाला, and after that you are going to keep the salt. After keeping the salt on the timer, and I can calculate it mentally also, but to start with you use a timer and just use a toothpick and start rubbing it front and back, front and back. That's it. At a particular point the color will change into green, but it will not be into a very dark green. Sometimes it can be of light green, sometimes of yellowish green also. So it has to not be in white color, it should be changed into green color, total green color. So that time you just off the stopwatch and then note it down what seconds it is, and with respect to that we are going to calculate the carat value. So the basic logic is जितना ज्यादा मिलावट उतना जल्दी color change. That's it. कम मिलावट है तो ज्यादा time. It is just the opposite thing. If you are going to mix, if there is lots of impurities, then the salt color will change into green immediately. If there is no mixing at all, then the color of salt will not change into green. So for this, the salt, the acid is always going to react only with the base metal. So gold will never react with nitric acid or with the salt. So this salt is going to act or trigger the base metals, and agar there is lots of mixing in the gold, the color of the salt will change into green very quickly. And if there is no mixing, the color of the salt will change into green, but it will take a longer time. So now let me just share a chart with you. Please make a note of this. It's a very, very important chart. Please do make a note of this. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible. Friends, please take the screenshot of this slide. This is very important slide to calculate the timer duration during your test. If you are in the bank, then you should keep the record of each and every calculation and each and every step while giving your valuations.
So again, I'm repeating, this is not available in Google also, because everything has been systematically tried and it's all proved with the result. So please do use this method and you will get the perfect values. So for 24 karat, the color of the salt will change into green after 1 minute, because in 24 karat, we have a mixing of 0.01%, right? So due to that unidentified impurities, the color of the salt will change, but after 1 minute. So for 22 karat, it is 2 carats of mixing and the color of the salt will change exactly at 50 seconds. So in 19 karat, the color of the salt will change exactly at 30 seconds, because in 19 karat, it is 79.1% and 21% of mixing. May it be copper or silver, it doesn't matter. But the color change will happen exactly at this particular point. For 18 karat, that is 75 tons ka jo sona hai, the color will change exactly at 20 seconds. So for 14 karat or any karat below than 18, the color will change within 1 or 2 seconds, and the rubbing what you have drawn on the stone also will vanish completely. So these are the different carats and the seconds. I hope everybody has noted it down. For 0 karat, it is immediate vanish. No need to apply the salt at all. So please keep in mind, everything is going to happen within seconds only. It's not with minutes. So please wait till only 30 seconds. Keep the salt and wait till 30 seconds. So if the color of the salt is changing exactly at the 30 seconds, then it is 19 karat. If before 30 seconds itself the color is changing, then it is 18 karat. And if the color of the salt is taking more time, then you can very well say it is 916. Clear? So this is the most effective way and most recommended in her banks. Please make a note of this. And for this, two important things are very much needed. One is the concentration of the acid. Concentration of acid should be of 70% only. Many people are using 100% concentrated acid, which is harmful for your health, as well as it is not going to give you proper results for the carat value also. The 70% concentrated acid is readily available in any markets or in any laboratories also, you can get it. And second thing, you have to be focused on the experiment when we are doing. We are putting acid, you are keeping salt, and if you are over the phone, then what exact timing the changing is happening, the color change is happening, that will not be perfect. So when you are doing something, please keep your focus only on there and please note down the timings. So शुरू में ऐसे लगेगा कि it is more time consuming, but it is not so. If you look at this particular thing closely, you will very well say that every whole system will finish within 1 minute. So I hope you have taken account of this. 24 karat is equal to 1 minute. 22 karat, it will happen exactly at 50 seconds. 19 karat fully 30 seconds. 18 karat is 20. Below 18 it is going to be 1 or 2 seconds, and 0 karat it is immediate. There is no need of keeping the salt at all. So let me go to the next topic. I hope everybody has noted it down.
Ma'am, do we have any calculation for 20 or 21 karat?
Okay, sir, for 21 karat it will be 45 seconds.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So now we have seen 2 videos for the practical calculation of the carat value, which is very, very important. That is, first one is without acid, we were able to identify what carat it is only with the blisters. If blisters are there, immediately you can say it is 19, 22, yeah, 24. And with the size of the blisters, you can say what carat it is actually. After seeing this, you're going to put acid, you're going to keep the salt, and then you start counting the timing until and unless जब तक वो हरा रंग नहीं मिलेगा तब तक आपको change करना ही है. So exactly when you get the green color, you will stop the watch and you are going to calculate the time. So once this is finished, now we are going to go to gemology, because purity of gold is important, but the calculation will be done along with the weight of the gold also. So calculate the weight, that is net weight of the gold. You should also know how to calculate the weight of the gems, because we might valuation samay mein we will be getting a golden jewelry as well as stone studded jewelries also. So we have to be equipped with all the knowledge. So now we are going to see what gemology is. So first of all, I've declared that gemology is a very big subject. It's like an ocean. So for studying gemology, you need to go for 2-year course. या कम से कम 6 महीने का course करना पड़ेगा. But for gold valuers, whatever is necessary, that important things I am going to discuss. Let
Ma'am,
us
we-
consider.
No.
Yes, sir.
No, please carry on. I'll ask it after the class in the question. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So let us consider this is a diamond. Okay. So in this type of diamond, सबसे ऊपर the table, it is called as a table view. The next will be your crown, and that will be your griddle. After that will be your pavilion, and the tip will be your culet. So if you are having this type of diamond, the half of the diamond, half of any stone, may it be ruby, may it be emerald, zircon, amethyst, aquamarine, because throughout the world, you have around 200 varieties of gemstones. But in jewelry section, we use only 9 to 12 stones. So in any stones, when you are fixing it on a jewel, only half of the stone will be visible, like what is being displayed in the screen. That is, you will be able to see the table view. यानी जो ऊपर से आपको दिखेगा वो table view है, and then you will be able to see the griddle and the crown. But half of the stone, that is the pavilion and the culet, will not be visible. It means whatever the pavilion is, if it is very big or very small, or there is no pavilion also, will not be considered, because in bank we are not allowed to break the stone and take it outside. So जो भी आपको visible है, only with that you are able to check the weight of the stone. So we are going to focus only on the table view. So whatever is being visible to you, the length of the table, the size and the shape with the measurement, you are going to calculate the weight of the stone. These are the different types of cuttings. You have your round cut, octagon, oval, radian, trillion, hearten, cushion, triangle, princess, spear, bucket, marquis. These are the names of different types of cutting. In this, very common is the RBC, that is round brilliant cut. Baki sab to it is already there, but I just want you to be familiar with the names of the cuttings also. That's why I'm just discussing these things. So just have a look. I'll just zoom it so that it will be more clear. If it is a round cut, we all know in round cut, we have to measure only the diameter. Even in the square, it's enough if you measure only one side because baki sides to same hi hoga. And in triangle also, it's enough if you measure only one side. But in marquise cutting and in oval cutting, the length is going to be different and the breadth is going to be different. So you need to measure the length as well as the breadth. So here the arrow marks are going to represent the measurement of the length and breadth. If there are two arrow marks, it will say that you're going to measure the length as well as the breadth. If there is only one arrow mark, it means it's enough if you measure only one side. So देखिए हार्टिन में भी एक ही साइड को मेजर करना पड़ेगा and if it is radian cuts it's two sides, emerald also it's two sides. For example, in a taper bucket cutting you have the length is 5 mm and the breadth is 3 mm. It will be noted as 3 into 5 millimeter. So it is not 3 into 5 15. So that is different. It is the way of notifying the length and the breadth. And for princess cut and cushion cut, it's enough if you measure only the one side. So the arrow marks will represent you how to keep the scale. See, in gemology, usually people will be having vernier gauge or calipers for measuring the size of the stone. But in valuation sector, we are going to use only a small, simple, short size scale, the plastic scale with the millimeter side on one side and centimeter side. But for measuring the stones, we will be using the millimeter side. So keep the millimeter side over the stone, over the table view, which is visible to you, and then you're going to just measure how much millimeter it is. If it's a very small stone, it will start from 2 millimeter, 3 millimeter. If it's a big stone, sometimes it will be of 14 millimeter also. So this is how you measure with the help of short size scale. This is a gauge. I'm zooming it so that it will be more clear. This is a case study. So we are going to see about this case study. In valuation sector, just imagine that you are getting a ornament of this format. So how much bank amount, bank loan amount you will be crediting on that. That is what we are going to see. So this is a case study. Just imagine yourself as a valuer, gold valuer, and you're going to test this particular ornament and how much loan amount will be sanctioned from your side. So I will tell you step-by-step process, what we are going to do, how we'll be doing, what is the banking system also. So first of all, if this is the ornament, you're going to check the gross weight of the entire ornament. Gross weight is nothing but the total weight of the ornament. जो आभूषण का total वजन है, that is the gross weight. So next is going to be your net weight. Net weight is just minusing the stone weight. The remaining is just gold weight is called as the net weight. So for calculation of the net weight, you are going to check the weight of the stones. How do you calculate the weight of the stones? I will tell you step by step. Step number 1, you're going to see the shape of the stone. So the shape of the stone is, let me zoom it. Yes, it is round in shape, right? So the shape of the stone is round in shape. Second one, size of the stone. As I already told you, you're going to keep a small plastic scale over this and you're going to measure, see from here to here, starting se leke ending tak, you're going to keep the scale and you'll be able to measure it. For example, we can take it as 3 millimeter because it is a very small stone. And name of the stone, it is white in color, so we'll consider this as diamond. And sometimes if it is red in color, it might be ruby. If it is blue in color, it's aquamarine, regarding which I will be giving you a presentation also. So for now, we are taking this as a diamond. And point number 4, we are going to see the chart for calculating the carat value. So next, we are going to see the number of pieces, any number of stones. If you are counting, you will be able to know that total 50 stones are there. So for 50 stones, if you calculate only one stone, the weight, you can just multiply it with 50 and then you can calculate for the entire stones. So Step by step, I'm telling you. First of all, you're going to see the size. It is 3 millimeter. Shape, it is round shape. Name, it is diamond. And number of stones, it is going to be 50. So how do you calculate the weight of the stone? So for that, there is a small calculation which you need to remember. That is CT value and KT value. You all know in gold, KT ka matlab, Karat is equal to 4.167, which indicates the purity of the gold. Similarly, in gems, that is in stones, it is going to be CT, that is Carat. Pronounce it as carat, which is equal to 200 milligrams. So if I say 1 carat, it means 200 milligrams. If you write it in grams, it is going to be 0.2 grams. Is it clear for everybody? So if I say कि मेरा पास 4 carat का एक diamond है, तो मतलब the weight of the diamond is 800 mg or 0.8 grams. It is simple, right? So if you are able to calculate the carat value, from that you have to just multiply with 0.2 to get all the values in grams, because all the weight which we are having of that of ornament is in grams. So nagon ka jo vajan hai, that also we are going to calculate in grams only. So how do you calculate the grams from the size? Each and every diamond has a different size, will be having a different carat value. Once you calculate the carat value, you will just multiply it with 0.2. So let me just share a chart with you, which is also available in Google. And with respect to that, we will do a sum.
Friends, there is lot of difference between Karat and Carat. Carat. Karat is being used for gold and Carat is being used for diamonds or stones. तो आपको ये याद रखना है कि दोनों कैरेट ही है, लेकिन दोनों में फर्क है. दोनों का न्यूमेरिकल वैल्यू भी अलग-अलग है.
Yes. Sir, is the chart visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. This is a chart which is called as calibrated size chart for standard jewelry mounting. This is available in Google also. If you have time, you can just download from Google and you can use it. So in this particular chart, the side में जो भी लिखा है, Alexandrite, amethyst, aquamarine, citrine, diamond, emerald, pyrope, garnet, opal, periodot, ruby, sapphire, topaz, tourmaline, zircon. All these are names of different stones. And ऊपर जो भी लिखा है 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7, 8 and 10. All these are sizes of the stone in millimeter. That is the table view. If you are wearing a ring, you can see from the top, you will be able to see the round shape or square shape, whatever it is. So you're going to keep a scale and you're going to measure the length. So with respect to the length, you're going to see the carat value. So whatever is written here in points, these are the carats value. So if you're going to multiply this carat value with 0.2, that is 0.2, you will get all the values in grams. So let me explain one by one. Now, if you're having a diamond of 2 millimeter, all you have to do is you're going to see in this line. So if you have any stone with 3 millimeter, you will be watching this line. That is the second line. And if you are going for stone which is of 10 millimeter, that is 10 millimeter, you will be watching it in the last line. So with respect to our sum, we had diamond which is of 3 millimeter. So you have your diamond here and directly you go onto this line and you will be having 0.10 carat. Again, I'm repeating, you have a diamond which is 3 millimeter in size. So the diamond is here and the same line you will be going and it just intersects at the point 0.10. So this 0.10 is your carat value. So if you have a diamond whose size is 3 millimeter, that is a table view, then its carat value is 0.10 carat. So what you should do, just multiply it with 0.2 so that you will get the value in grams. Very simple. Similarly, if you have ruby, जो थोड़ा सा बड़ा stone है, if it's having a 10 millimeter of size, then just see the presentation. The ruby, you have to go in the straight line, and which intersects here in 10, that is 4.50 carat. So this is the weight. When you multiply it with 0.2, आपको grams में मिल जाएगा. So same thing you will be having in oval section also. For oval, I have told you, it is in a shape of egg, so you'll have a different length and a breadth. So for the length is 5 and breadth is 3, it is the first line here. And if it is 6 into 4, you'll go for the second line. And if it's 7 into 5, you'll go for the third line. ऐसे ही आपको अगला जो peer cutting है, for this cutting also you'll be having different size, different shapes, and the different carat values. And for Marcus cutting also, you're having different values, and you'll be having the different value for the emerald or the octagon cutting also. For emerald and octagon, you can use the same chart. So if you are clear with this, you're going to get the carat value. After getting the carat value, what you're going to see, now I will display a slide. Please make a note of that. Sir, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. So please make a note of this stone value calculation. The gross weight is 20 grams. ये तो मैंने सिर्फ training के लिए लिया हूँ, but the gross weight can be 50, 200 grams, can be more than that also. But just I am taking it as gross weight 20 grams. So you are going to calculate the stone weight. For that, net weight is equal to gross weight minus stone weight. So how do you find the stone weight? Whatever we discussed now, I'm just showing it in the slide. That's it. So for finding the stone weight, you have to see the shape of the stone. After that, you're going to see the size of the stone, and then number of stones has to be counted. Then you're going to find the carat value from the chart, and it is a fixed standard chart. And then to get, you're going to multiply it with 0.2 so that all the values will be getting in grams. Why are you multiplying it with 0.2? Because 1 carat is equal to 200 milligrams. So please, if you have noted it down, or you can take a screenshot of this, I'll just proceed with the next topic of taking a loan value calculations in bank. Step-by-step calculations कैसे करना है, which is a very standard and the basic method. Sir, is this slide visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the net weight and the loan value calculation in any NBFC, in कोई भी banks में आपका है या in any organizations, you are going to calculate the loan value. So to start with, what are the step-by-step procedures that are being followed in bank? या खुद अपने आपका business है तो then also you can follow the same steps. If it's your own business also, you can follow these steps. So first one, you have your gross weight, which is 20 grams, and for calculation of the stone weight, I have taken here it is 3 millimeter diamond. That is from the chart we got it as 0.10 CT, and you multiply it with 0.2, you will be getting 0.02 grams. After this, we have calculated the weight of only one diamond, right? पर हमारा पास तो 50 नग है. That is, you have your 50 diamonds. So just multiply it with 50, you will get the weight of the stones. That is 1 gram. So net weight is equal to total ornament ka jo vajan hai, gross weight minus stone weight, that is you'll be getting 19 grams. So I am just considering this particular ornament as 22 carat. So I'm taking it as for 22 carat, it is 4,000 rupees per gram. So it can be high also. So for this training purpose, I've taken it as rupees 4,000 per gram. So total market price of the ornament is 4,000 into 19, it is 76,000. But you will not be giving the entire amount to the customer, because there is something called as maximum loan amount, and in every bank it is a 75%. That is, if it is 1 lakh of market price, then maximum 75,000 rupees only will be given to the customer. So for the loan value calculation, we are going to take the 75%, that is 76,000 into 75 divided by 100. You will be getting 57,000. So this is the maximum loan amount that can be given to the concerned customer. So this is the step by step calculations. इसमें 2-3 changes आ सकता है. For example, in many banks they calculate the fine gold and then they calculate with respect to the fine gold. That is also okay. And in many banks, what they do is for 22 carat, I have taken it as 4,000, right? So there itself, 4,000 into 75 divided by 100, you will be getting around 3,000. So at the end, they will be multiplying it with the weight and giving the loan amount. That is also fine. But the one which I have discussed here is the regular standard way of calculating the net weight and the loan value calculations. Kindly make of note of this.
Friends, this is a typical case study for a gold valuer. आप इसको नोट करके रखिए या इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लीजिए. आपको कभी भी कोई भी इससे रिलेटेड कोई प्रॉब्लम आता है, दिस केस स्टडी विल हेल्प यू फॉर ईच एंड एवरी स्टेप during your valuation process.
So kindly make a note of this, because I want you to take through this case study so that it will be more helpful during your time of valuation. Because it is not only the gold jewelry that you're going to evaluate. Sometimes stone jewelry also will be there. That is why I took the case study as a stone studded jewelry, and we are working on it.
Ma'am, we should know the gold date for that particular date.
Yeah, of course, it will be provided in your sector. If it's not, so you can get the values from your net also. In every organization, they will be providing you the aaj ka do rate hai, that will be provided to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Otherwise, आप independent valuer की तरह से अगर आप valuation दे रहे हैं, it is always advisable to take the screenshot of 2 leading newspapers. हर न्यूज़पेपर में डेली रेट आता है 18 कैरेट टू 24 कैरेट. तो आप उसका दो अल्टरनेट न्यूज़पेपर का एक कटिंग आप साथ में जरूर साथ में अटैच करिए, स्क्रीनशॉट खींचकर उसका पीडीएफ बनाकर, और वो आपको आगे भी डिफेंड करने के काम में आएगा इन केस ऑफ एनी लिटिगेशन और कोर्ट केस. तो आप उसको एज अ एविडेंस आप उसको प्रोड्यूस कर पाएंगे. दोनों का कटिंग अपने पास लाइफ टाइम के लिए उसको प्रिजर्व करके रखिए इन दैट फाइल. It can be in PDF form or soft copy, or it can be in hard copy. और डेट के साथ पूरा न्यूज़पेपर का कटिंग पूरा संभाल कर रखें.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, so we have discussed regarding the testing up of gold and carat value. So sir, shall we go for a break till 3:30 and then we can resume the class?
Yes ma'am, yes ma'am. Friends, we will take a short tea break for half an hour to 3:30. Till that time, अगर आपको कोई अभी तक के लिए डाउट है, for 4-5 minutes you can raise your doubts to clear if you are having any doubt or any confusion related to the subject till now.
Sir, can I please ask a question to Soumita
Yes,
ma'am? Thank you so much. First of all, Soumita ma'am, thank you so much. You have given us fantastic knowledge, I had one question. वो कसौटी के ऊपर जो हमने टेस्ट कर दिया, वो कसौटी अगर बढ़ जाएगी, how do we clean the कसौटी?
Okay. Cleaning of the kasoti is the portion that we are yet to see, that I will definitely explain you in the coming session. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Madam,
Thank you, Sandeep, sir, for answering my question.
Ma'am,
Stones, madam.
Yes.
ma'am,
Said it
yes.
is the table width
Ma'am,
we have to
how
take,
do
or
we-
it is the- Sorry, please carry on.
Yes, Mr. Mukesh, sir.
Madam, it is the table width we have to take or the girdle diameter?
So it's the table width.
सर नॉर्मली ज्वेलरी के ऊपर सिर्फ टेबल ही नजर आएगा, बाकी की तरफ ग्रिप होता है, ग्रिप में आपको नीचे का पोर्शन नहीं नजर आएगा। तो ज्वेलरी में आपको सिर्फ टेबल ही नजर आएगा मेजर करने के लिए, क्योंकि ग्रिप होता है, ज्वेलरी को थोड़ा मोड़ा होता है गोल्ड को ग्रिप देने के लिए।
Acha, sir, I did a practical test on one of the stones I am wearing. On what she said, I found a difference. So I just wanted to check. By girdle diameter, it is coming correct. By table width, it is coming to be less. So I just wanted to reconfirm.
Sir, what type of cutting it is?
It is round, madam.
Okay, it is round cutting only.
Yeah. So I found a little difference. So I thought I'll just reconfirm, madam. That's it. I'll again do the checking in this break and then maybe come back to you again, madam.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Ma'am, there are two questions that I have.
Yes.
Am I audible? Yeah.
You're audible. Please go ahead.
So one is that the 1 carat is equal to 0.2 gram. This is a standard across all kinds of stones and cuts.
Yes, it is standard.
Okay. Second question is that the carat at for which the seconds you noted down, 14, 18, 19, 22, and 24. So in between there are no carats used.
There are carats used, but in bank calculation, we will be focusing only on these 3 carats, 22, 19, and 18. That is why I wanted you to make more notings on these carats.
Madam,
There
nowadays,
are carats like 21, 23 is also there, 20 is also there, but coming to banks or any other NBFCs, we will be calculating only these 3 carats, 22, 19, and 18. That's the reason.
But the purpose of my question is that if we come across at any given point of time, we come across any 20 carat. So
Yes.
what would be the timing for that?
See,
20 or
just for 19,
21.
we have taken as 30 seconds, right? For 22, we have taken as 50 seconds, right? So in between, if you're getting any carat, just go about with 40. If it is
Yeah,
20,
so
for 20, and
on
for
somebody
21,
else's on somebody else's question, you had told 21 carat 45 seconds. So I am
Yes,
writing down 20 carat as 40 seconds.
yes.
Okay. All right.
madam, in diamond we are using words. What do you call that? 40 cent, 30 cent. What is that?
This is the part of carat, sir.
Because in usual this routine practice, they are saying 40 cent का है, 20 cent का है, 10 cent का है.
Sir, carat weight is 1.00. Anything after 0 point becomes a cent. It takes 100 cents to make 1 carat. 100 पैसे लगते 1 रुपए बनाने के लिए, वैसे 100 सेंट लगते 1 कैरेट बनाने के लिए। तो अभी मैडम ने 3 मिलीमीटर का जो एग्जांपल दिया, उसमें 0.10 लिखा, that's called 10 cents. So 0.01 is 1 cent, 0.10 is 10 cents, 0.99 is 99 cents. After 0.99, it will become 1.00, which is 1 carat. That 1.00 carat equals to 0.200 grams or 200 milligrams. ये bifurcation है, जैसे हम पैसे से रुपए में करते हैं.
Sir, millimeter से centimeter की like that. It is just like that.
Cents to carats. So everything under 2 point is called as cents.
Friends,
Everything-
friend, there is an important instructions from the observer side, Mr. Sukhdeep Singh and Mr. Sankar Bansal. You are not allowed to attend the class. Please leave the class because you are not following the protocols of the class. Mr. Sankar Bansal and Sukhdeep Singh, your video has been found off during the class for more than 5 minutes in the previous session. So you are not allowed to attend the class. Mr. Sankar Bansal, have you read the protocols? Mr. Sankar Bansal, am I audible to you? Mr. Sukhdeep Singh, you are also requested to attend the class. You can attend it. No doubt you can attend it. You are welcome to attend it, but no certification because you are thinking that you are more smart than the artificial intelligence provided by the Google. Mr. Sankar Bansal, last call for you. Okay. Mr. Ankit Goyal and Anand Pal Singh. Mr. Ankit Goyal and Anand Pal Singh, last call for you. Your video is off and you are not allowed to attend the class with the certification. And those candidates who have joined late for more than one or 2 minutes, they will not be allowed to provide the certificate as per the instructions of the observers. We are sorry for it. Let's take a tea break for 15 minutes up to 3:30, and we will rejoin again at 3:30. Till then, you can switch off your screens.